Hey guys, welcome to Spit Talk. My name's Kyle.
My name is Aaron.
Now I'm Jan Louie.
So I don't know what was the last episode. Do you remember what we put out?
What? I think the one with the one
Gino.
about like what we showed.
Oh, with
Yeah,
Gino.
the
Oh
one
yeah,
with
yeah. So
Gino.
that was a
Yeah.
great episode. But so today's episode, we got a little tier list action. In terms of a Mount Rushmore. So we went over and got the topics of who would you put on your Mount Rushmore in terms of actors and actresses. So we each kind of picked 4 actors or actresses that we would put on our Mount Rushmore, and we can just kind of talk about it and discuss our reasons for it. So, does anyone want to go first, or you guys want to hear mine?
Let's just preface this by saying we just did this 10 minutes ago. If I had a week's worth,
I feel
I'm
like
just saying like,
Okay,
but I feel
same.
like I got good choices on mine. I'm just letting you guys know. But I did this in 10 minutes. Just saying.
Dude, I did it in
No.
10 minutes too, and I guess we'll see. We'll make Kyle go first since his own was more thought. Like his own was like he had more thought into it.
Are we
mean,
going
more thought into it.
one by one or just?
No, we'll just
all-
like I'll spit out the 4.
Okay.
And if you guys wanna, we can all like I guess I'll spit out my 4. You guys spit out your 4, and then we can kind of like question each other.
Shoot.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And
I
yeah,
guess for my metric when we were discussing this topic was on the metric of like, hey, who are the 4 people that you would want to like if they're gonna have if they're gonna be in a movie, like they're definitely a movie that you want to watch. So with my list, I'll go ahead and start off. In no particular order, by the way. I'll have Benedict Cumberbatch, Adam Driver, Margot Robbie, and am I gonna butcher his name? Rami? No.
Oh, Remy.
Yeah,
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
Those are my kind of 4. So for me, those 4, if they're in any movie, I'm definitely gonna watch it, kind of thing. So, how about you guys?
Okay.
You want me to go next, or you want?
Yeah, you can go next.
Okay, shoot. So I put Leonardo DiCaprio, Christian Bale, Tom Hanks, and this Meryl Streep.
All right.
Yeah, so
He had to put in his Batman plug in there somehow.
I
bet
mean, that's how I knew him, or that's how I discovered him.
I bet like we'll get if someone can like tell us in the audience or like when they're watching how many times Jan like mentions Batman in an episode, that'd be great.
I was about to say he
Like-
can get his own counter now because apparently I have a counter.
I literally, as I put his name, I was like, man, these fuckers are they're harp on me on this about like whatever. Shoot,
Okay.
Aaron, what's your
So my 4 that I chose was Leo as well, Chadwick Boseman, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Anne Hathaway.
son of a bitch? I forgot about Gyllenhaal.
See?
Yeah,
And I did
you're
that in
Nolan.
10 minutes.
You're
You-
too into
dude,
your
I was-
Nolan, your Nolan video, universe. Sorry.
Dude, no, I was even like, just maybe like this morning, I was like, hey, I think the Gyllenhaal movie's out, and like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, but I guess it's not, so whatever. All right, so how do we want to do this? You guys want to start off
Explain
with
yourself.
explaining?
Louis. I felt
Explain
like the
myself.
list- yes, I feel like what's your basis for yours aside from the whole Batman thing?
Well,
Or
for
the whole
most
Nolan universe.
no, I see. Christian Bale's not even about like the Batman thing. Like that's obviously one thing like that made me put him. But I guess I'll start with him. So yeah, Christian Bale. He's like the first actor that I really like dug into. Well, just for the fact that he was Batman, but he was the first actor that like I looked at and I saw how he portrayed like his roles. Like he really like that was the first method actor that I really like. I guess like took notice of, because like we also have like Daniel Day-Lewis and like the other method actors out there, but like Christian Bale's the one that I've seen, or the first one I've seen because of Batman. That was like, holy shit, this guy puts everything in his fucking roles. Like if you really just watch him in like American Psycho, his role in The Fighter, and like what he did to embody himself in that role, like just body transformation wise, but also mentally, and like and how like Offset, like because they're method acting, and like Offset, they will still be acting like their character almost. And I don't know, there's just a lot of effort put into that, and I really admire that. So yeah, that was one of the reasons why I put him in it. and because he's Batman. So I don't
Oh,
know what
so
else
I
to
guess
say
I
about
have kind
that.
of a counter thing. I guess it's like kind of leaning towards the whole Batman thing. I understand Christian Bale's role, and we've seen the picture where like you see how he torments his body for certain roles.
Yeah,
You remember
yeah.
that? Yeah. So that comes to mind when you say Christian Bale in terms of acting, and I
Mhm.
can definitely agree with you on like his other movies, not just in the Nolan ones, but like even like in the Prestige and like all these other roles.
You say not just the Nolan's one, and then you mentioned the Prestige.
Yeah, I know, but like, yeah, but like for me, it's kind of like it's kind of hard because like no one like he knows how to pick his actors.
Yeah, like
So
even
and
like
and that's
Ford,
the thing.
Ford versus
That's
Ferrari just
Yeah,
recently. He
that's
was
the
really
thing
good in that.
too. Was like if it's a good actor, like even though like we kind of like like egged on you about like how you chose a Nolan after you said like even though he's in the Nolan, it makes sense because a lot of like actors and directors they have like this close relationship. Like Chadwick Boseman has Ryan Coogler. We'll talk about Leo. Leo works with well, who does Leo work with again? A lot with
Scorsese most of
yeah,
the time.
Scorsese. Then again
Yeah.
like Nolan and Bale, I guess, or well, he has like a lot to go with, but like just those those kinds of relationships you want to keep and have as an actor and a director. So
Mhm.
like they even know that those are good acting, or Christian Bale is a good acting or actor choice.
No, yeah, no, it goes to show like these directors want to work with these people because they know they're
Hmm.
reliable and they know that they can
Get the
deliver.
best out of them.
Yeah, so like with Michael B. Jordan and Coogler, like for example, they're always together for I felt like most of their is it I feel like all of their movies or Coogler's movies so
For the
far
most part, yeah.
had Michael B. Jordan, and like for Scorsese it was De Niro before, or and like now it's like Leo, and it's the same shit. So that's kind of why Christian Bale is a mainstay for me. Like I always watch whatever he's in. Um, Even if the movie sucks. Like I remember watching this movie. I didn't even fucking like. I don't remember what it was called. It was kind of weird, but I just watched it because I was just like in awe of his performance. So yeah. So the
Wait,
Kyle,
so I had a question for you. Just because like I just thought of it now. Like when you said Christian Bale.
me, yeah.
Christian Bale or Tom Hardy?
As an actor,
Yeah.
Christian Bale. I'll still say
Okay.
Christian
I
Bale.
was just curious because like you went on.
Yeah,
I
because
remember you had like a Tom Hardy face.
Dude, I had a Tom Hardy phase, a Ryan Gosling phase, a Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds phase.
yeah. Louis
But
has
like,
his phases, and it's like
yeah. So like I said, Christian Bale though, he's a mainstay. Like I always, even he's not even Batman anymore, and I still like to this day, I'm still excited to see what he'll do. Like like even like Ben Affleck's a Batman, right? But I'm more excited about him as a director. So it's kind of like that's why Christian Bale.
yeah.
I'm like that's why I pick him. And
Yeah, I see that. Like,
yeah,
I've noticed, Jan, like, when you say that, like, you are a Ben Affleck fan, but more on the directing side, and like,
yeah.
watching the movies with you, you've always been saying that, so that's crazy, like, true
Mhm,
about it.
mhm. So Kyle,
Yeah,
who did you put? Oh, Benedict. Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch is interesting. I wasn't even thinking about that.
yeah. So I mean, for me, Benedict Cumberbatch. I've just watched like I've seen a lot of like his movies, and I mean, like granted, like his most popular one right now is like Doctor Strange, right? Is kind
Yeah,
of his staple, but like for him, like before that kind of thing, like he's always played like all these like different roles. Ones like not just in movies but also in like TV shows. So we have, why is it slipping my mind? Why is it slipping
Sherlock.
my mind? Yeah,
Sherlock.
Sherlock. There, sorry.
Sherlock.
Yeah,
Yep,
you got Sherlock. Imitation Game.
Mm-hmm.
that
And
was a
he
good
was
one.
just like in a lot of these other movies where like as an actor I felt like regardless of like who was directing it or stuff, like he really played out his role well, and it was always different from movie to movie where like you have like some actors that are kind of like they've built their persona almost like Ryan Reynolds where like he's built this persona which is still cool, like like it's that uh takes a lot of skill to portray like one persona throughout multiple films. So with me, Benedict Cumberbatch kind of embodies the whole. He's very diverse, and same goes a lot with like all my other options. I feel like the ones that I've picked, you can kind of put them in any movie, and
Yeah,
they can kind of really make count or make the role count.
yeah.
So if you kind of
Yeah,
get my vibe there.
No,
yeah.
yeah. Even with some of my like, I think actually like for everyone in my list that has the same thing where like they're really diverse in terms of like their work, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. and it's crazy because Benedict Cumberbatch is the only one on all our lists that played a dragon. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
dude.
yeah, oh yeah, like not to mention that.
played
Yeah,
a
I forgot to mention
dragon.
that. Like,
Have you seen the footage of him doing the
Yeah,
the
he
motion
literally like
capture?
doesn't he like go in the role like
He goes
does the
deep, dude.
yeah.
He goes all in. It's kind of
Love
funny,
that.
like just watching that, just the motion capture thing. But I'll give him props for like committing, dude.
Mhm.
there's a lot of like behind the scenes of like what actors do, and it's just kind of like sometimes overswept or forgotten, and be like, oh wow, like he was this voice, or like he was this
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Totally.
So,
So with that I went I'll say mine. So how I chose my 4 is I try to like direct who's who. So my George Washington is my Leonardo DiCaprio. That's how I
the
chose it.
founding
I saw it.
father.
Yeah, I saw it on
My
a
George
I saw it on a
Washington.
TikTok. I saw it on a TikTok how he did it with the anime one time. I was like, that makes sense. Like, like Goku would be George Washington because he's the founding father. So like
Yeah.
I guess that's how my mindset came to be when we were doing the Mount Rushmore.
I see that.
So Leonardo DiCaprio is the first, not the first, but like he's one of the first that I watched as a kid, and that being Titanic. So like I got to see him when he was young, but now that I'm watching him older, like he is an Oscar nominated actor, and we do see that, and he has The Revenant, he has Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, all those other big ones that we know, Django, like all those ones I do love, Wolf of Wall Street, and Catch Me If You Can. Like man, the list,
role, yeah.
the list goes on, and like all of those times, it's not the action movie I want to watch, but when I do watch his films, like I'm invested in him. Like I just gave you a good list already of what to watch, and they were all good films. Wolf of Wall Street is totally one of my favorites. Watching him because he's like a total cocky guy and stuff, and I like how he's that. Then like when he's not acting, he's totally like a different person. So I like how he's able to do that, and most of our actors and actresses that are on this list are able to do that. Like I guess they're called chameleons, right? Aren't they called like chameleons in the acting world or something? So and
Anywhere
I
they
feel like
blend in.
Leo is the top chameleon in my eyes of him being able to do change his roles and be that person that he has to be in a movie. So that's why Leo to me is George Washington, the founding father of my Mount Rushmore.
So sorry,
Yeah.
a little side note on that, because like you guys both had him on your list. I thought of him first initially, but the reason why I didn't put him on my list, it's because like he's kind of like a goated status to where like I feel like he's the Lincoln Monument, like he's his own monument. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's
like,
his
he
own
doesn't-
monument.
Yeah, he's his own,
Wow,
like I
look
thought
at
of it.
that.
I was like, all right, he's like goated. He's like up there. He's like he could just be like his own monument, and like it's like in terms of the Rushmore. Like,
Okay, but
depending on
if
your
you
depiction.
take it like that, if you're a director and you have all these names on the list, you're not going to choose Leo?
No,
See?
no, that's what I'm saying.
So
Yeah,
you
no,
should have
I
him
get
on.
it. I
If
get
you
it.
put any of these people on the list and you can get all of them, my brain would blow. Like, that's
gonna
crazy.
come out on Netflix.
Shut
Isn't
the
that?
Well, yeah,
The
so
Netflix show that
also
he's
put Leo,
starring?
though. Yeah. Well, I also put Leo because he's Oscar caliber. He's really for the longest time he was one of the ones where like, well, how the fuck does he not have an Oscar right now? Like, and
Oh,
then
He actually has
finally-
like 6.
no nominations, but he never
Yeah.
won.
So like that.
Yeah,
so
I mean, yeah.
history behind him is crazy. So like I'm not saying like me and Louis have the same opinion of the thing, but like his history as an actor, like his filmography is good, but none of them really got him an Oscar until like The Revenant. So he's been waiting for that. So like he's basically like LeBron waiting for a championship kind of thing. So it's crazy like how he was able to do that. He waited so long just to get that, and he finally got it. Now he's goated status because he got an Oscar.
Yeah, because like I was like looking at the Wikipedia, and it's like 6 nominations and 1 for Revenant.
One win.
Yeah, see, so and that was a while, like Wolf of Wall Street, like all those other ones, and he hasn't gotten it until Revenant. And to me, be honest, like Revenant wasn't my favorite
that's not
Leo
even my
movie.
favorite. Honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see, so that's crazy how
you
he
say
only
Wolf of
got it
Wall
for that
Street?
one.
What's that?
I'm sorry.
So I'm reading his like like his Oscar nominated movies. So there's one where his first one is What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Dude,
Never heard of it.
He was young.
Yeah.
For that.
The
And he
next
was
one's
young for
Aviator.
that.
Next one is Blood Diamond. Blood Diamond's pretty good actually. And then Wolf of Wall Street, Revenant, and then Once a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, Catch
I
Me If
kinda
You
wanna
Can's
say
my favorite though. Catch Me If You
Wolf of
Can.
Wall
I
Yeah,
would
Catch
say
Me If You
There.
Can with Tom Hanks.
with Tom Hanks, who's also on my
See?
list. Dude, just that alone. I mean, that was like
And he
teen
was young.
heartthrob looking Leo too. Yeah, so it was like, dude, just the fact that like you could make him believe that he was a like he, have you watched it, Kyle? Catch Me If You Can.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, like remember that scene where he's like all of a sudden like he was a student and then he just stands up and like just starts acting like the
Yeah.
fucking substitute. I was like, what the fuck is this, dude?
Dude,
He
it
He
was
just
so
holds
great.
so many roles and it's just like
Dude, yeah, it
Yeah.
was crazy because I think Leo is also on my list other than Titanic being my first one. I watched Catch Me If You Can with my family at GPO, and I was like, what the fuck are we watching? Like I don't want to watch this. Then like as a little kid, then like I'm watching it, I was like, holy crap, this guy's badass, like what he did. Then I just watched it recently on Netflix, and I was like, man, this was a really good movie. And like like how he like schemed everything and where he the character that he is or the person that he is in that movie, it's crazy. So that's why Leo's on our list.
So I was
Yeah.
gonna ask you about your list, Aaron. Jake Gyllenhaal. That's an interesting one. Kind of caught me off left field.
out of
So
left guard.
Left field.
who's the president and why?
Damn, he's Hamilton. He's
Ah.
basically Hamilton. So if you guys haven't watched Hamilton, he's the one that does the currency, or he was able to make not the currency, but what's it called? Like he's the one that established the banks in America and all that stuff. So he's one that like literally started from the bottom and like got to the top. He was like a poor guy from the Caribbean, and he got to the top. So I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal is that person. Like he's not Oscar rated, but like his acting is like not on that caliber, but it's very close to. And same goes like it has the same feel as Leo. Like I can always go to his movies and I expect 100% from him always. Nightcrawler, Southpaw,
Yeah.
Far From Home. I don't know, like other good ones.
Okay.
Love, Drugs, whatever with Anne Hathaway. See, like all
Yeah.
these good films.
Yeah.
Man, see,
I would
Like-
say honestly, I would say he's Oscar caliber, dude. He's. I remember thinking for the longest time like he was gonna win for Nightcrawler. He's gonna win for Nightcrawler, and the
And
fucking
we
thing
all-
happened. I was
yeah.
like, what the fuck?
And we
He
all
wasn't even
watched Nightcrawler
nominated,
that day.
dude.
We all
Yeah.
watched Nightcrawler that day. It was literally just us three in the movie theater, and we're like, "Whoa, this guy like totally went deep with this character." Like, I like him when he plays crazy characters,
Yeah.
and I like his crazy characters are like my favorite ones. When you're watching him, and I'm just gonna throw it out there. My like least favorite one would be the Red Velvet Buzzsaw thingy that came out. Like it came out on
Aw.
Netflix. Yeah,
I
the
haven't
Red
watched
Velvet
that.
Buzz.
Yeah.
Like if he made me watch that, and that movie sucked. But like he's the reason why I watched it.
Mhm.
So that is
Yeah.
why Jake Gyllenhaal is my Alexander Hamilton on my Mount Rushmore.
Right.
Okay, interesting. And how about
Oh shoot, I'm so sorry. Alexander Hamilton is not even on the Mount Rushmore, but like Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson, I mean. Sorry, I was thinking just Alexander Hamilton, but Thomas Jefferson, I mean. So he's like my second in command. So yeah.
good thing your
I was
mom's not a
about to-
history teacher.
Yeah, sorry, I was on the wrong list, but yeah. I was trying to like connect Hamilton and Jake Gyllenhaal, but
Mhm.
I meant Thomas Jefferson. So
Right.
he's second in command, Thomas Jefferson, Jake Gyllenhaal. Why?
So
How about his
Kyle-
performance in Brokeback Mountain? Do you have any comment?
No, I haven't watched that.
Hey, dude,
I
he's
haven't watched that,
fucking
but
good
I'm
in
pretty,
that.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
pretty
about
sure
to
he's pretty
say.
good. Like that commitment for like him and Heath Ledger, the commitment for the kiss and stuff. Like why not?
Oh, I forgot he was in Zodiac.
fucking dude. Come on, really?
He's
You
forgot.
forgot?
Ledger,
No,
He's the main
or
dude.
he's
no,
Jake
yeah. I
Gyllenhaal.
was like looking at his filmography, and I was like, oh yeah, he was in Zodiac.
I fucking love Zodiac, dude. Oh
Yeah.
man. And if we ever do a Mount Rushmore of directors,
Hint.
There we
future
go.
episode.
There we go. That will be one of my my examples. But for your next one, Adam Driver, Kyle. That's
Oh, come on.
interesting because the fact that you put no, because like for some reason like I never thought like I thought you would go like seeing like as you're like the guy that like loves Oscars here or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I thought you would go classic like whoever like most
Yeah,
wins, and
I
I
think
guess I
yeah,
went that direction for some
yeah.
reason, and then like you picked Benedict and Adam Driver, who I never thought you would pick. So
And it's weird
why?
because
Yeah,
he went out of the list. I feel like his list is like the youngest list
it is.
out of
It
our list.
really
Yeah,
is.
see,
Yeah.
so you went young.
Oh, I feel bad now.
Don't feel bad.
No.
Like
I mean,
you
'cause,
had
like,
a week and we had 10
I
minutes.
didn't
had
have
like-
a week.
we had like 10
I did it
minutes,
30
bro.
minutes before we started the podcast.
So if
and
you
I was
feel
like,
bad, that means we're good.
no. So I was like, let me go check the calendar. What's today's topic? And I was like, it said Mount Rushmore. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, actors, actresses. Like, all right, this marks it off. And it's kind of like I have a horrible memory, so like I just kind of base off like movies that actually stood out to me. And it's usually just, I mean, like I'm not a fanboy of Adam Driver as much, but like it is perceived sometimes that I am, just because kind of people hate like
You are. I think you are.
people just
People
hated
might
his
find-
Kylo Ren representation. I loved it, so that's just me.
No, people are just assholes. He was
I
was
like
good.
Kylo. I like Kylo.
Yeah, he was really
Yeah.
good.
But in terms of like him as an actor, he has like so many other roles that like I kind of like really like. So like he was in The Report. He was in the the Report, the one where they were uncovering the
Wait, this is the recent one, right?
yeah, it's original 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the I forgot. Let me
I know he
Beautiful.
played like that priest movie with
Oh, the one Scorsese movie with like
it was
Andrew Garfield,
Spider-Man,
right?
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So
I remember that
The
one.
Report
God, that
was
was a slog.
the terrorist thing with the CIA. That was really good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really liked him there.
yeah.
And then
You're
another one
laughing.
is another one. I mean, most recently too is like Marriage Story. I really loved his performance in Marriage Story.
I haven't
Like,
watched Marriage
I swear
Story.
by it.
How about
Yeah.
Kinda swear
Black's
by
Klansman, man?
Black
You didn't
Klansman?
watch
Oh, yeah,
that?
see him and Black Klansman was.
Oh yeah,
sick,
he was so good in Black Klansman. It's because like
That
he
was
had
really good.
he was like he had a duality role of like, hey, I'm still an agent,
yeah.
and also like a double cover agent, and like it was just like it was really fun to watch him.
Yeah.
And then of course like his Kylo Ren stuff, and then his upcoming movie, The Last Duel.
Oh,
Yes.
you that one looks fucking good.
Yeah, it looks
That's
so,
the
like,
that's
I'm
the
really
Ridley
excited
Scott
for it.
joint, right? The
Yeah.
one
Oh,
with the
snap.
one with the stuff. Oh man. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Wait, yeah, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's in that.
Whoa.
Like,
It's a pretty stacked
they?
pass.
Are they? Yeah, dude. I can't wait for that. I want to see that.
You know what my favorite Adam Driver scene is? Louis posted it. It's him, Oscar Isaac, and Justin Timberlake. Weren't they like singing?
No, but it's like Luke Davis.
like boy, like,
This is like pre Kylo Ren Adam Driver.
but that was
dude.
his
This
best one.
is- No, honestly,
on,
yeah.
man.
The fact that he got himself recognized. Like I remember watching that movie and I wasn't even paying attention to like Oscar Isaac and like fucking Justin Timberlake, who I'm a big fan of. So I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, it made me take notice just from that one scene alone, I guess. So it's like
That was
I'll give him that.
my first initial like thought of Adam Driver was
Yeah.
that scene you showed us. I was like, what is this scene? Then of course Kylo. Then yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I think he like really stepped up like when he had his Kylo, and it was like it was a big shoe to fill in to be Kylo Ren. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's like, oh, the Star Wars is back, the saga's back, and like you're trying to continue the storyline. It's like, all right, like who's the actor for who's gonna be portrayed correctly?
And he was the big villain, the
And he was
major
the big
villain.
villain, and like I don't know, there was
Well-
like mixed reviews, and I was like, I enjoyed it a lot. So
Yeah.
even
well,
though like sometimes he can't cry.
no, he could. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
I know.
I
I'm
feel
just
like
saying. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I won't give him shit. He was a good villain, and the fact that like I mean, like I won't give him the Star Wars shit right now, but the fact that they picked him to be the major villain, they kind of like just fumbled that thing.
Not to his.
Yeah, it just goes to show. No, it's not his fault. It's the fucking movie itself. Like he was the villain, and he did really, really fucking good. And the fact that they picked him. Yeah. So the next one for Aaron. You put Chadwick
So
Boseman.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So my
Chadwick.
next one is Chadwick, and I won't f it up. So Chadwick will be Abe Lincoln.
Ah.
So Abe
Right.
Lincoln, Abe Lincoln was able to establish, or like the slaves. He freed the slaves. Not that I'm like relating it to that, but he set off a new generation basically. So Chadwick is basically setting off a new generation, and another chameleon in movies is I knew Chadwick when they announced he was Black Panther. So
Yep.
what I did was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go watch his old films. So I watched 42. He was good in that.
Yep.
I watched when he played
Get on up,
my,
right?
yeah, Get On Up.
James
I
Brown.
watched that
Yeah.
one. Yeah, so like he was good on that. Then I think there was like another one. I'm not sure. You can like try and find it, but I just remember watching like every though at least those two examples. I was like, damn, this guy like really got the voice down. He got like everything down of like the period and everything. So he's really in deep with the character as Jake Gyllenhaal, Leo, and most of them are. So if I'm repeating myself, that's it's true. All of these actors that I chose or actresses that I chose really go dive into these characters and give that 100%. And
Mhm.
what he did with Black Panther, like just the where it was set in like where Wakanda was set, he tried to really find that tone, that African tone that he needs to establish this character. So, and just like Abe Lincoln of establishing a generation, he gave the Black community a generation to look forward to. So, I thought that was pretty cool, and everyone kept saying Wakanda forever after that movie came out. So
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman. If he made more movies and like R.I.P. to him, like if he had made more movies for sure, I'm gonna watch all his movies. Like
Yeah.
I know his last
Yeah.
one he made was that Four Brothers one or something, like that Netflix. I forgot what it's called, but like I know that was his last one. Like I had, you had to watch it just because it had Chadwick,
Mhm.
and yeah, for sure I'll always watch his movies.
Yeah.
And it's super good that like the what if we talked about it, like the what if series, and it's good just hearing his voice and like playing Black Panther one last time and stuff. Yeah. So Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. I still get sad whenever I think about like this guy was just starting out, dude. Like
Yeah, he like
like
it's like
in terms of like getting going. Like he was already like up there in age. Actually, it doesn't even look like it, but like he's like 40-ish, but he looks like he's in early or late 20s. But the fact that like he was just getting started, it makes me really sad because he's really, really fucking talented. And
yeah, like he was kind of he especially like with his Black Panther role, like he really established a hallmark for himself for that movie.
mhm.
Just being like, especially like I guess like nowadays it's kind of like, oh, like these actors get casted for a Marvel movie. It's like, oh, like it's like they've really cherry picked because like this Marvel universe is such a big like moneymaker thing. So like if you get pulled in for it, it's like it does mean a lot to you. Like it's like putting on your resume kind of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely like he does embody a big chunk of like what
Yeah.
kind of actor he is, and it's just a shame like we just lost him so
And
recently
yeah,
when he just
Yeah,
had
and I
a
just
lot of
want to add,
potential.
like, he's also like, personally, he was a fighter. He battled cancer while filming, the
Oh
yep,
yeah,
Avengers.
that
So like
too.
that, like
yeah,
he's a
just that
fighter.
too. Yeah,
Like just like that having in your head that like he did this just for the career that he does. He has to be at least in someone's Mount Rushmore, and I want to put him in there.
hmm
That's good. That's
yeah,
good. I like that. I like that a lot.
like that. Yeah.
Thanks. In 10 minutes too.
All right, so I
Louis,
guess I
we
go
haven't
next.
heard you for a bit. You put
Let's go.
Tom Hanks.
Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks is like talk about Tom Hanks.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you.
put.
That's Forrest Gump over there. You
That's
got Kyle over
no, I
here,
was about. I mean,
Forrest
because
Gump
like Tom
lover, and
Hanks
you
is
put
like
Tom Hanks.
he's also like
I'll,
he's an old school staple. So
yeah,
elaborate.
I'll put Tom Hanks and I guess I'll kind of like because for the two same reasons that I put them in there. For like every time that Tom Hanks or Meryl Streep is in a movie in a year, like you could just like take one spot out for the nominations for each of their like category because like they will take that spot no matter what movie it's in. I don't even watch the movie like sometimes like Meryl Streep, right? Like it's a whatever. Whenever she's in a movie, like you just know, like okay, yeah, she's getting fucking nominated. I don't even need to
Yeah, I
watch her
mean, like the
performance.
amount of nominations she has, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it feels like every fucking year, like the last 7, like maybe like skipping like the last couple of years, but like I felt like straight she kept getting nominated just because she was in a movie, and that's how good. It just goes to show how good she was, and the same thing for Tom Hanks, and how they're really diverse. Like my favorite Tom Hanks is also Catch Me If You Can, but like my favorite performance of him. So yeah, I don't really need to say much to be honest, because it's like I'm basing it off more of like yeah they have some metric of telling like of saying like of how good they are, which is like the Oscars for me.
Hmm.
So that's kind of why I picked these guys, and yeah, I don't
I
really
mean, the
that
Oscar in terms of like, I mean, I hate to like base off like their status on the amount of like Oscars they have, because like, I mean, like with recent news about like how Oscars are almost whitewashed and stuff, like that
Mhm,
plays a lot of role into it. But I guess with like all of our lists, it's kind of nice to see how everyone's opinion are of like how they enjoy watching a person act. So
mhm,
it's definitely justified for this like conversation. So
Yeah, but if like going off of that, like if you take out the Oscars, and what like Jan is saying, like Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep, it's just their resume is good, like movie wise. Just like if
yeah,
there was no
Mhm.
Oscars, like their movies are good.
Mhm.
So like that's why they are not out nominated for Oscars because their movies are so good. So just take that equation out, like their the credentials are there, so they don't it doesn't like it's crazy like all our or most of our lists like doesn't need explaining why they're on their list because of their credentials.
Yeah.
mhm,
And like I'm willing to say that most of them are good choices, and why we chose them. So going off of that, you chose Margot Robbie, who is a fan favorite for me. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I
So
like her. Yeah.
I like
Margot
her a
Robbie
lot too.
kills any role she kind of like plays in, and it's just hard not to like just like her.
Hmm.
Like her roles like are just so diverse. Like Harley Quinn, she's established herself as Harley Quinn now. Like I said, her role in like Wolf of Wall Street. Like her list is like crazy. You know,
Hmm.
her list is just crazy, and like she's always casted in these like weird roles, but like anytime you watch it, you're like, wow, she really did a good job.
Hmm.
So, um,
I think the
I don't know
first
if I
time
need
I
more
saw her,
explanation on her, but yeah,
yeah,
everyone kind of knows her, so it's like, yeah.
I think yeah, the first time that she popped up was, or the first time I saw her was Wolf of Wall Street, I think, right? Like she was the
Didn't she play like other movies where she's like her early starts like she didn't she play like a dumb blonde or something?
I don't know, but I remember her in About Time, like the one with Rachel McAdams and General Hux. I
Oh
forgot his
yeah,
name.
yeah,
Mm.
she was in there.
Yeah, I remember her in it, and then I remember yeah, Wolf of Wall Street was the one where she really like just skyrocketed into like
Hmm.
everyone like taking notice of her and stuff. So
Yeah.
You know what's
I
so
remember her
crazy?
from like The Big Short, but go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, yeah, it was
the
crazy because when yeah, Big Short too. Like every time I see her, like I think Wolf of Wall Street is up there, like her being my first time seeing her. Immediately, I was like, dude, she can play Harley Quinn. Like I can see it.
and
Like
she is
I said it
yeah.
in my head as like, dude, she can totally play Harley Quinn, and it's crazy how she did get that role. I'm like, oh my gosh, like my dreams are coming true. Like she's
Yeah.
Harley Quinn, and like she executed it like nicely because she's able to go from her natural tongue, which is Australian, to like that Jersey, New York accent. That's very like Harley Quinn esque. So I was like,
Mhm.
damn, you're Harley Quinn. So that's why I like good choice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, going back off to use Anne Hathaway.
Oh, okay. So Anne Hathaway is my last choice. I don't have no relation why she's Theodore Roosevelt, but I'm just gonna choose Anne Hathaway. I chose Anne Hathaway only not to relate it to Theodore Roosevelt, but Anne Hathaway because she was kind of like a rising star. So I first saw her as Princess, whatever her name is,
Diana.
of Genovia, whatever, Princess Diary. So basically, she started from there. Then like
Genovia.
yeah. Then she worked her way all the way to like Oscar caliber status. So, and I think same goes for the ones that I did say. Again, it's like any movie that she's in, I'll watch. She does the comedy, she does the serious roles. I will watch them. So Princess Diary. What else? She did that Nolan film or a
Interstellar.
couple Nolan films. She did
Les Mis. Did
comedies
you like her
with
stuff
like
in
The
Les
Hustler.
Mis?
Well, they missed, yeah.
That's one I didn't watch. But like her movies, I'm like that I just named. It's like I've watched them, and she's just good in them. So and I just like her, like just the idea that she started from Disney and like she worked her way to Oscar level movies is something I appreciate from her.
She was actually one I was thinking of too. Actually, she's in my honorable mentions if we're gonna go that route. But yeah, she's really good. There's a fucking like community of people that don't like Anne Hathaway. Have you heard of this? Like
What?
it's fucking weird. Like I remember, like I think if you go on Reddit, there's some people that like for some reason don't like Anne Hathaway. I don't know.
I hate Anne Hathaway.
No, like they're like there's a lot of haters. So I was like, I don't fucking get it. She's so good, dude. She's a good fucking actress.
Did you
and I
watch
don't know.
Aaron? Did you watch The Devil Wears Prada?
Oh,
I
yeah,
did. So
that's a good one.
shout outs to
That's
my
kind of her
girlfriend.
old
So
school,
she's the one that got me into The Devil Wears Prada.
really?
So
Oh.
being
Meryl
able to see
Streep,
that.
dude.
Yeah,
exactly.
And yeah, so that was one, but I think Princess Diary is the staple one that got me interested
so
in her.
young
And
back then, too.
yeah, and just seeing her, like, even though we were young at the time, but like just seeing her grow into like this like all-star of a actress, it's crazy. I think one of my favorite roles has to be, other than Princess Diary, is the one with Jake Gyllenhaal, the love, sex, and drug thing.
Yeah, you mentioned that
that
earlier.
yeah. So that one
You must
is
really
why.
like that movie.
No, it was really. I only watched it once, but it was I think the relationship really got me.
The
Like,
chemistry.
yeah, the chemistry and like how they act. Because her story in that movie, it's like so sad, and like Jake Gyllenhaal's playing off of that. It's like really good. So yeah, that's why Anne Hathaway has.
I want to kind of rewatch it now.
Yeah, you know who has a weirdly good chemistry with her is like her and Robert De Niro. Like, remember that? What's that movie that they had?
Oh,
they had a movie recently. They're fucking good together.
That's the
I was
intern.
like,
The intern was really good.
The intern.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
I
see,
remember-
yeah, she's able to do all those like different like genres of movies. Like she's done a comedy. She got Ocean's 8. She's done like the
Catwoman.
serious roles, and she's done the kids roles already. So, or like the kids movies. So I'm glad that she's able to go to these different genres of movies as an actress.
And she's gonna be in Sesame Street. What's up?
I'm
just searching it up right now.
Yeah,
I just saw Sesame Street. Sesame Street.
So those are my 4. Then
Did we miss
Raimi,
anyone?
yeah, we're missing yours, Bohemian Rhapsody, Rami Malek.
yeah, Rami-
and she's
Rami
gonna
is
start
so good.
Rami Malek.
Guys, it's
and-
Rami Malek.
Okay, Rami, sorry.
There we
Sorry,
go.
Oh
Rami.
man, I hate. We're gonna get slammed for this.
And then someone like, it's not Rami Malek. It's something else. Like, whatever.
Right, so-
you know who we're talking about, okay?
I'm just gonna say Malik. So Malik's role. I mean, like he just. When I first heard of him was like Mr. Robot, right? I was like, all right, like,
Nah. The first time you heard of him was Need for Speed, baby, when he got naked in an office. And he...
no, but okay, but that's kind of like after the fact of like, it's kind
you
of like
realize it was him? Or...
Yeah, you don't realize like because like it's always kind of like when you get this one movie that gets really popular, like, hey, who's this guy? And then you try to see his like previous like film log, and you're like, oh, he was in this. He's like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that. And then you start like analyzing it. So like for me, it was kind of like when Mr. Robot came out, and I was like, all right, what's the hype behind Mr. Robot? And I started watching it. I was like, okay, and cool. And then like you just notice how like it was kind of a hard role to play for him, even though kind of like in terms of the show, like I was like, okay, like it feels like it's a hard role to kind of pull off to make it such a talk about show. So then after that, he kind of just after Mr. Robot, he like got these other roles. Bohemian Rhapsody was kind of like oh, how are you gonna portray
Freddie Mercury?
Freddie Mercury? And it's like, wow, he actually killed it, and it's crazy. Yeah, so he's just
he won the Oscar for that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I remember him as
is
Achman Ra.
Ahmed Ra from where?
From fucking Night at the Museum.
Night at
Like, that was the first time.
Museum,
Yeah, that was the first time I saw him.
yeah. So
And
that too.
yeah.
Apparently, so fun fact. I was like looking at his. God damn it! I said it again. Anyways,
I was about
I
to
hate
pull
that
up
you guys like. Yeah. So
I was about to pull up the counter.
yeah, but
No, go ahead,
apparently
go ahead.
he was in the remake for Old Boy, and I was like, yeah.
yeah. He played the boss, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, did he?
What boss? What?
Like the main guy, the main guy
The main
that
villain?
did the ploy. Yeah, yeah.
no,
The main.
the main villain was the guy, your guy
Interesting.
from Chappie, dude.
Oh,
Is it?
okay. I
Uh,
don't know. I didn't
Um,
watch the English Old Boy, but I just thought.
Yeah,
It's
no,
Browning. I forgot.
I don't know who Browning
Yeah,
is.
but
So
anyway,
would you
I don't
say
wanna watch the movie.
Rami Malek, his like the one that kicked it off? Would you say it is Mr. Robot?
I'd say it's Mr. Robot, and then like it's kind of the in between of like, all right, so he did Mr. Robot, got really popular, and then you kind of like didn't hear from him, but then
Mm.
you heard Bohemian Rhapsody, and you're like, ooh, what's this? And then you're like, oh, it's Malik, and I was like, yo, he played Mr. Robot, and it was like two different roles, two different like personas, and then you watch Bohemian Rhapsody, you're like, wow, like that's crazy how he was that.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Now
definitely
he's in
excited
he's
for
in Bond.
yeah, and then so now I'm excited for like, wow, like he's gonna be in a Bond film, like as a villain.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
it's
just
I only ask because like my mindset is TV actors transitioning to movie actors, and like you can say like he's not a TV actor, but like since I'm just going off of him debuting, like
yeah.
like getting a kickstart from Mr. Robot. I
Mhm.
feel like sometimes it's a little hard to do that, and I guess a couple examples are like I guess the Big Bang Theory, like those people, like
Yeah.
they can't. I haven't seen them in like a movie role as
Yeah.
big, other than the guy who plays Sheldon.
I think it
The cast of
depends. Yeah.
I don't know, like it's just hard, like just thinking out loud right now. Like I guess the cast and Friends, I guess the only one to skyrocket is Jennifer Aniston. Like what happened
Yeah.
to the
Yep.
rest, kind of thing. So I
Yeah.
guess like good movie TV series, can they get past their TV series role and be, like what Rami did or Rami
Yeah.
Malek did. Like, he can't just be like, hey, you're Mr. Robot. Now he can say like, hey, you're Freddie Mercury. So
Yeah.
like
It's
if you can
definitely
get past the TV step, the TV actor role, and like go away from that, like that would be great. Because like like imagine, I guess a good one too is Will Smith. Like he's not, other than just the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, he can be like,
He's
oh,
the one I could think of. Yeah.
yeah. See,
Will
like you
Smith.
can be Muhammad Ali. You can be, you're basically like whatever other roles he played. But I'm just saying, like those are just a couple examples of like only some people can escape that TV actor role that they are playing and go to
yeah.
other
So
things.
I mean, definitely like I do agree with that. Like the whole like filming for a TV show compared to filming for a 2-hour movie where a show can probably like a show. Mr. Robot was about 45 minutes for like 2-3 seasons. Like that's a lot of like screen time you can kind of mess around with and build up a character. Whereas like you transition to movie, it's like you got 2 hours
to impress me
to impress me. Yeah.
or
So
make
it's
me
a really
memorable.
yeah.
Yeah.
So being able to condense that and just kind of like adapt to different aspects of film in general, just TV shows, entertainment specifically, I guess, is what kind of caught me and why I put him on my list. So
Mhm.
Good choice. Yeah, totally. Then with that, did you guys want to have like honorable mentions that you said? Like, Kyle, did you have some honorable mentions?
yeah. Oh, so fun fact. My
Fun fact.
no, I wasn't gonna say fun fact. I was
He's
gonna
gonna
say funny that you ask.
Mhm.
But funny that you ask because my honorable mention is actually Johnny Depp.
Hmm. Shoot,
Yeah,
you'll hear
so-
mine. I feel like you'll be like, oh yeah.
yeah. So
I feel like one
mine's
of you are
Johnny
gonna
Depp.
go like, oh.
Just because like I always grew up and be like, hey, he's
Who's good in that line?
like
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah,
He's good.
Johnny
He's
Depp
good.
is there.
Yeah,
Like he
what's his
he
name
had
in
like a
Pirates?
young
What's his name
presence,
in
young.
Pirates?
Yeah,
What's his name in
like a
Pirates?
super young presence. Yeah, Pirates. Yeah.
No, what was his name?
Jack
Yeah,
Jack
yeah,
Sparrow.
I'm so my memory
It's
is
okay.
the worst. Anyways, yeah. So like I growing up with him and watching all of the Pirates, it's like, wow, like this guy's like really funny. And then like as you grow older, you kind of see him go into these different roles. Like he becomes gets into the Harry Potter stuff. He kind of like just kind of fits. he does like really weird roles, surprisingly, but like every time you watch him, it's different. And then like you watch his older stuff, like Edward Scissorhands and stuff, and you're like, yeah, it's like pretty crazy. Like his range is just kind of ridiculous with the roles that
Mhm.
he gets. So that's why he's kind of like my honorable mention.
Just
So,
him, no one else. Or-
I didn't really think about honorable mentions
Oh,
when I
it's
made the
okay.
list. Yeah, so
yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
but come to think of it. So how about you
Shoot.
guys?
Yeah. So you had a week and you didn't think of no, I'm just
I
kidding.
did not have a week. I had 30 minutes prior to us
And like
filming.
we had like 4 on our list for honorable.
Dude, I
I'm
have
just kidding.
a actually I have a handful.
Wait, but before Jan goes, I wanted to ask Jan, like, so you didn't like Tom Hanks as Woody? He's my,
Oh,
because
no,
you said like, oh,
obviously I
like that's his
do.
favorite role. Like your favorite role was
No,
Catch
yeah,
Me
but
If
my
You Can.
favorite is Catch Me If You Can. But like, yeah, obviously him as Woody is
Oh, okay.
great. But you know, I don't really count that because it's voice acting. Like you could literally do that. I'm pretty sure they
Whoa,
do it. Like,
whoa. Okay.
Oh,
no,
that
no, no,
takes
no,
another
no,
skill.
no. Okay, no, I meant
Could
like
be a
sorry, I
dragon,
meant
could
like
be a toy, like
no, but like in terms of him being a voice actor and him acting, it's kind of like night and day. Like I don't know if I want to compare the two. I don't know. Like and plus, like I feel like he could do that in a week of like work, and then like they just like
it's like
Wrap it
natural
up.
to him. It's like
wrap
it's
it
oh,
up
you need
kinda
this
thing.
character. It's like I
Dude.
can talk like this.
yeah, like see, like yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like I don't know. Like and then people
Hmm.
just give me shit now just
Okay.
for saying that,
Uh,
but like
Yeah, they are.
but you know, I think in my honorable, I have a handful that you guys already, or a couple that you guys already mentioned. Anne Hathaway was in my honorable mentions. Amy Adams is another one. Jake Gyllenhaal is in my honorable mentions. I just put him literally as soon as you fucking told him, or as soon as you said Jake Gyllenhaal, I was like, fuck, I forgot about Jake Gyllenhaal. So I'll just put him in as an honorable mention. It's kind of funny because like it just shows our generation, right? Like our the actors that we pick are stuff that from our like we didn't pick like the ones that we that people would put in their own just because of like who we grew up with, I guess.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford, I actually went back and forth into putting him into my Mount
Oh,
Rushmore.
really?
Harrison
feel
Ford
like
was
you-
in, yeah, but I didn't. I ended up not doing that. And Hugh Jackman is one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hugh Jackman's an honorable mention. Just cause like he could do anything. I feel like he could be Wolverine. He could go into
He can
fucking
do opera.
prisoners, and he could do Greatest Fucking Showman, shit like that. And it's like, yeah, he's like probably one of the better he's diverse as hell too. And Joaquin Phoenix. I think some of these ones are, I think they're better actors than the ones that I have. I'm not sure. Actually, no, I take that back. No, they're not.
How do you go through the podcast for like 50 minutes of like these are my top 4, but by the way, my honorable mentions, they might be better.
No, like objectively, okay.
Yeah,
But-
I got you.
But no, I take it back. Joaquin Phoenix and Daniel Day-Lewis, they're there. But the thing is, I can't really say because I feel like I've only watched them in one or two things, like collectively. So it's like I don't know if I could put them in there. And I think that's it. I don't really have
Damn,
anything
that's
else.
a long list, man.
Yeah, dude, I told you, like,
Sheesh.
We have 5 minutes, and I felt like everyone
You
was
had
like,
5
You
minutes.
guys
I
keep
used
emphasizing the
10
time that
minutes.
we had
We
to
had
make
five
this.
fucking minutes.
Let me do mine now. Now that he had 5 minutes and he forgot Jake Gyllenhaal, I used the whole 10 minutes to think of this, and I bet one of you is gonna go, "Oh shit,
All
should
right,
have thought of that."
Let's hear it.
So the first one I chose is Jackie Chan. Like if you don't have Jackie Chan on your list, like why? Dude, that guy's see that you guys already went, "Oh totally forgot Jackie Chan." See? Use
No,
the
but
10 minutes,
Jackie
guys.
Chan, I
Don't
feel like-
don't turn your work in
No,
early.
Jackie
like,
Chan,
yo.
I'd put in
No,
the
it's-
Mount Rushmore of like martial arts like actors. I don't fucking know.
No, like
I'm just
Wow,
trying to make
see?
I feel
I'm just
like
trying to
he's
come
in
up
his
with something,
own
okay?
lane. I mean, in terms of like Western stuff, like okay, sure, like I can consider him, but he just kind of like
It's
already.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, it's your
So,
Mount Rushmore, so I get it. I get it.
So I chose him, Jackie Chan. He's kind of voice actor, but more movement. I put Andy Serkis.
Ooh, interesting.
Andy Serkis is
Yeah, see? Oh,
Oh,
see?
totally
Use the
forgot.
10 minutes.
But-
Use the 10 minutes.
he's really good, but I didn't think of him because these guys are better, okay? The ones that I have. motherfucker. I'm just kidding. But yeah,
I think
he's really good
my
too.
mindset was thinking not just specifically, I guess, I guess the different aspects of movies. So Jackie Chan is the stunts. So you gotta commend the people
okay, I
that
see
are
that,
the
I
stunt
see
team. Andy Serkis is the movement in all these CGI films and stuff. So you gotta respect the movement in that.
I see.
Then I'll just jump into the actors. I put Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt, Devil Wears Prada. Then she skyrocketed from there as well. I put Ryan Reynolds. Then lastly, Keanu Reeves.
Mhm.
So I'm surprised you didn't put Keanu Reeves, Mr. Speed, over there.
Oh yeah. See, I
Oh
forgot
yeah.
about-
See, I told you guys were gonna say, "Oh yeah."
No, I mean
Boom.
for me,
10
Keanu Reeves
minutes.
is
Well,
10
dude,
granted.
I love Keanu Reeves, but he's not the best fucking actor around. Okay, he's
Hey, we're not labeling them the best actor. It's
No, but the
Mount
thing is,
Rushmore.
He comes out
That's-
every 5 years. He's like, "Oh, I'm back," and then he
That's
goes
kinda-
into hiding.
That's kind of why I'm like I told you, like I'm basing it. I felt like I went more the Kyle route here. Like I based it off like objective wise. I feel like he's a better actor. Like these are the best actors I could think of. And I used that. I guess I used the Oscars as like some kind of metric to say that like objectively they're the best, and they're in the Mount Rushmore of actors. So that's kind of why I picked. Like I would have put fucking Gosling and shit. I would have put Gosling. I could have put like
Forgot your
my favorite
Gosling
fucking
face.
actors, and yeah, but I don't know. That's
You have a
that's
thing
just kind of
for-
what I
dude,
thought about.
You have a thing for actors with like really like nice jawlines. Not so much
Gosling?
necks.
Hey, it doesn't help that he's a good-looking motherfucker. Okay,
I know.
he's
I'm not denying the fact.
just the Notebook and fucking. No, I'm just kidding.
You got swoon at a young age, so
I think yeah, so I think my choices why I chose them is like why did like what I said in the beginning, it's why do we watch them, like, and I expect good movies from all of them. So, Jackie Chan, Andy Serkis, Emily Blunt, Ryan Reynolds, Keanu Reeves. I'm expecting good movies from them. So it's like I would go watch their movies no matter what they're in.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I guess that's how I was thinking of Mount Rushmore kind of thing.
No, yeah, I get it. I
Yeah.
could have won that. I went a different round, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, like with the list here. But Kyle, your own was like actually
Left
really
field
surprising.
everywhere, like boom,
That was
boom,
really
boom.
surprising, your own.
oh okay.
Because I thought you would go my route, like in terms of like what you. Because I guess we
like,
kind of flipped. Like
have my
I would have.
Like the
Yeah.
big Oscar metric, but it's like
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's good. Teach their own.
interesting.
But I honestly, all the names, like, we can make a case for any of the names that we mentioned, to be honest. So it's like, it doesn't even matter at this point. Like, there's a lot of people that you could say is a Mount Rush. But, like, if we're talking actors, because there's just a lot of good ones.
Good
like,
ones.
Really, really good ones. And, directors, I don't want to tease shit, but, like, that could be another good conversation
Keep
here.
teasing, but you're gonna be gone for 2 months.
I'm not 2
No, I
months,
know,
motherfucker. I mean,
know.
like, but yeah, so all right.
Yeah, so,
So any other
closing
final thoughts before you guys close out?
Shout outs to Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, baby.
And we
I
should just
feel
make
like
that a
it's
thing
kind
and
of-
just always shout out one person, one actor,
should
hoping
just
that
do
they
a-
watch it.
So every time you tweet out our episode, just like at like a random actor.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
hopefully
And
they
just, like,
watch it.
eventually, like
You know what?
one of them, like the chances of like one of them just checking it out.
Nicolas
what I
Cage
mean?
is in anything, like in a lot of things. So I'm pretty sure if we just say, "Hey, can you be in Spit Talk? We'll pay you a dime or something." I'm hoping he'll be in it. I mean, that guy was in a lot of like. I remember he was in a shitload of like straight to DVD stuff. Like all of a sudden, I was like, "What the fuck is this? What is he doing?"
He's kind of like the Rock of like DVDs back in the day.
dude, for real, he's fucking
Oh,
good. though.
yeah.
I'll
Yeah, right?
give him
Like
fucking
he's
props,
basically
dude.
the Rock of DVDs back in like early 2000s, mid 2000s. So
Dude, that's crazy. When you say it, yeah.
yeah,
He's the best though. He's really good too though. Like honestly, like we give him shit or like we're memeing the fuck out of him right now, but he's really fucking good too. And like,
Yeah, man, he stole the Declaration. Like, dude, no other actor has stolen the Declaration.
dude,
Come on.
and there's a part 3 coming, right? Did I tell you this?
Really? Really?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
him?
With
Nah,
him?
yeah, with him. And I'm
Oh,
pretty sure the
dang,
whole
that's
cast
cool.
is coming back.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
Dude, can't
Yeah,
wait
so
for
make
that.
sure you add him. Make sure you add him after this episode.
We add him like, hey, if you want to promote National Treasure 3, go to Spit Talk.
Yeah,
But,
so
yeah.
yeah, with that, I mean, Aaron, you wanna do your little
Uh,
closing?
Yeah, sure. But yeah, I guess my final thoughts. Yeah, this was a all good choice. Like, we all chose good choices and we had our different ways of approaching this. And Yeah, feel free if you guys want to just share your own, like Mount
Tell us who
Rushmore, like put
who
on,
you want to be on your Mount Rushmore.
yeah, like on the comments or like on our Twitter. So feel free to hit us up. So with that
Please
said,
add us
thank
on
you
our
for
Twitter.
listening for Spit Talk Podcast. Catch us on our next episode. Follow us on Twitter at Spit Talk Podcast for any updates. Once again, we are Aaron, Jan, and Kyle. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.